Hi, everybody. Hello, this is Pastor Michael. I wanted to create a video to help us learn a bit more about Mediashout, which is our media display presentation software that we're using right now. And it's important that we know how to use this, including those of us singers, musicians, on the adult team particularly, because we're going to start getting involved in helping out with that as well. So I want to give us a crash course. This video might be a little longer because there's a few things that are important to hit, but it's also for you media folks who are already doing it, maybe some things that you need to be refreshed on, or maybe didn't even know, and knowing how to troubleshoot those things without having to call like me or Tony. You can start to do those things on your own. So I'm going to share my screen and we're just going to go through how to create a set for a week or something like that, Sunday or something. So I'm going to share my screen. You guys are going to see Mediashout come up here in just a second. There you go. And so you got Mediashout here. This, when you open up Mediashout, this is what it'll look like. And you got a blank script here. All right. And so usually the first thing that you want to do, let's say you're starting from scratch. All right. So I'm starting completely from scratch. And this is my whole screen. You guys will see. So you want to make sure that there's a folder already created. So for the adults, we go to the transfer file, adult Mediashout 2021. And in this case, we're going to do the one for August. So it'll be August. Now I've already created a folder, but you want to create a folder for that day. So Sunday, August 1st, 2021. It's empty because we haven't put anything in there yet. So, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But we're going to go back now that the folder is created. We go back and we start to build our set for the week. So I like to make sure I have Planning Center open so I know what I'm doing. So this is for August 1st. We're going to be doing Romans 2. All this stuff on Planning Center. We all know how to do this. At least I'm assuming we know how to get to Planning Center. But we got these 3 songs plus this song that we'll rehearse. Freedom Looks Good on You, Behold Him, My Testimony. That's planned for the 1st of August. So I'll go back to Mediashout and I'll look for these songs. I'm going to start with Behold Him because I know that it's there. So I could scroll through and look for it here. All these are in alphabetical order, sure. But the easier way is just to click here and make sure Mediashout library is selected. And I'll just type in the title of the song, Behold. Hit enter. And there it is on the top. So I can hover above it and make sure it's the song that I want. I can see the lyrics. Yep, this is definitely the song I want. I click, hold, drag, and drop. It's right there. I could also look for it just using the lyrics. So the next song that we're going to sing after that is My Testimony. My Testimony. So maybe, I mean, we have the title, but maybe I don't know the title of the song that I'm just throwing in randomly during worship. I can type the lyrics in. This is my testimony. Those are the lyrics. Type that in and boom, it comes right up. But you have to make sure that you type it in exactly the way, as far as the title is concerned, exactly the way that is listed. Because if you do it another way, like let's say When No One's in the Room, which we're going to do in on July 25th. So if I type When No One apostrophe S, I can just put half of it. And I type enter, it's right there. But if I don't put the apostrophe, it won't show up. So certain aspects of this, you have to make sure you have exactly down. Or I can just type when no, and then I can still see and find it right there. So there's a lot of ways to do this, but we're gonna get my testimony in. So I'm just gonna put my test and boom, it's right there, my testimony. So click, drag, drop it in. The other song is Freedom Looks Good on You, right? And the reason why I waited to put that one in, because when I type it, Freedom Looks Good, hit enter, it's not in there. Freedom Looks Good on You is not in there because it's not in our library yet. So I can go to Song Select and I have it already in here. Boom, okay, Freedom Looks Good on You. So I'll hover over it to make sure it's the right song. It's not the right song. This is a different song. So I can type in the lyrics and say, gone are the chains. See if it's there. It's not there. It's not there. And I've already looked, but this song actually isn't in song select yet. So we're gonna have to put this in from scratch. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. But there's another song here, Stronger, and it's a new song by Matt Gilman and Influence Music. So I'm gonna see if that one's in. So Stronger, I'll hit enter. And what happens is we got a lot of Strongers. We got this Stronger that's already in our library because it has the little music side there. But this is the Hillsong Stronger. All right. And then we got all these other Strongers. So again, we're going to type in lyrics to see if we can find it a little better. A few of the lyrics from this song is "You take an inch." So I'm going to do that. You take an inch and you make a mile. All right, that Stronger came up. Let's see. You make us stronger. You win every battle. God, when you rise up, that's the one that we want. So I double click on it and ask me, do you want to add this to the Q library? I say, yes, I do want to add it. And now it's in our library. So we'll find it in the Mediashout library. You take an inch. I clicked up here again and hit, oops. Let's see. Yep. And then it's right there. So now it's in our library. We won't pull it in for this week because we're not going to sing this week. But Freedom looks good on you. It's not in there, right? So this is one of those instances where we'll have to add it from scratch. So we'll go to File, Lyric Library, Import Lyrics from scratch. And I'll have to put in the title, Freedom Looks Good on You. And I hit Tab. And then it did that. I can put the author in. It's Maverick City Music. I don't have all the copyright information, so we just skip it for now. And then I hit next. Now it's going to ask me to create the song, right? So right here, it's asking for what the verse is and everything like that. So I can easily do that if I have access to Planning Center. For those of us who have this kind of access, which is a few of us leaders, you just go to Planning Center, and I'll click on the song, go to the navigation page where the song is created, and hit lyrics and chords. And then I just copy and paste. So I highlight, right click, copy, go back. Tap in here, right click, paste, or you can type them in. I just rather not. And then there it is. It's at verse 1. I hit add a stanza. Now it immediately goes to verse 2. So now I can go back and go to verse 2, highlight it, copy, go to it, paste, add a stanza verse 2. All right, now I know I got to add the choruses. So there's the chorus, copy, go to it here. So go here and make sure it says chorus 1, right click, paste, add that stanza. And this is not in order or anything, it's just adding the pieces of the song first, right? And I know I have a bridge. So yeah, I got a bridge somewhere. This is bridge 1 right here. This freedom looks good on you. Copy, paste it here. Make sure I go to bridge 1, add a stanza. What other pieces are there to the song? You got the bridge, got bridge 2. So then I'll do that. Copy bridge 2. So I mean, it's just a process of it's simple stuff. It's just getting it down. I got a vamp right here, and add the vamp. So I'll paste it here. There isn't a place for vamp, so typically I'll just call the vamp a refrain. Right, hit refrain, add a stanza, then I'll go to next, and this is where I can build it. So it's a little weird here, and not everybody will need to do this, but I just still want to show you just in case. So this is all the things that you have, and this is what it looks like, how it'll play, okay? So it'll start with the title. You always start with the title. Then I like to put a blank slide. So I click, drag, and I drop it underneath the title. And I make sure there's a blank slide at the bottom, click, drag, drop it at the bottom, right? And then I can just look at Planning Center a little bit and get an idea. So if I go back to Planning Center and I can look at the order of how it works right here to give me an idea of how it should go in Mediashout too, right? So I got verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus, chorus. So I got verse 1, I can click the chorus and move it up, click, drag, drop it. Verse 1, chorus, verse 2, click over here, add a chorus there, add another chorus underneath it. What happens after that? You go to the bridge 4 times, 5 times really, and then the chorus, the bridge 2. So I got the bridge, and then I'll do the chorus again, and then we'll do bridge 2 underneath it right there. And then the vamp, which is just the refrain again, and then the chorus one more time. All right, so now it's in. And I hit finish. And I don't know where this came from, but we just hit cancel here because we see it's down here. Freedom looks good on you, right? So I'll click, I'll drag, I'll drop it. And now I got the 3 songs that I need in place. So I need this song to be on top. I'll click, hold, pull it up, drag, drop it above here to make sure these are in order. Freedom looks good on you, behold him, and my testimony. Those are the 3 that we are going to be singing August 1st. So that's in the lyrics tab. Now I got to go in and I got to look at how these things will work. This little pencil tab, pencil button is how we edit the lyrics and everything, making sure everything's good. So we start at general, you don't have to do anything there. Go to main object. This is where we can make changes to the lyrics or what they look like on the screen. So here, I type on verse 1. You know, this is the lyrics to Freedom Looks Good on You. And I like to make this all the way big. So I just drag this thing all the way up, all the way down, just all the way wide, just because, I don't know, I just like it that way. It's easier to navigate. So this is verse 1, take me from where I am, all this stuff. And obviously this is not going to look good. So I know the song, and the important thing is, by the way, that we know the songs. And if you don't know the song, just listen to it. And then you can make your breaks and changes there. But this is not gonna, this doesn't look good because then you go to verse 1B and that's it. So what we want to do is chop it up by phrase, right? Take me from where I am into your promised land. Guide me by your great hand. Wherever you go, I'll follow. So we want to break this up. So I click here at the beginning of this stanza. I'll right click and I'll hit page break and immediately takes it to the next page. So this is the first page, first part of verse 1. And I don't like to leave any spaces. So I'll delete that space and then click away, come back, and now it's in the center. So you got first part of verse 1, second part of verse 1. That looks a lot better. Then you got the chorus, same thing. Gone is the person, gone are the chains that were holding me, gone is the person that used to be. I want to do that again. I want to switch this up, break the page, take away this little space, and make sure it looks good. So I'll do that for all of these. This one looks good. I'll just kind of go through, just make sure. And if you do it for one, so I did it at the chorus here, it'll do it for all the choruses, right? So the chorus again, we got the bridge. This freedom looks good on, freedom looks good on you. We're good. And we can leave that there. Chorus, bridge 2, freedom looks good on you. Try it on. We're looking good there. Sound of freedom, that looks good. All right, so we're looking good, no problem. But if I'm in here and I want to change, let's say I'm going to go back to verse 1, and I want to change the font, all I have to do is highlight it, go to font here, and make it look like something else, right? And so while it's highlighted though, I have to hit apply to queue to apply it to all the other slides. Now here's the thing. So if I do this and I change it to something else, Calibri, and I don't hit apply to queue, it'll change it here, but it won't change it here. or anywhere else. I have to highlight it, change it to whatever I want it to be, hit apply to queue, and it'll apply everywhere. And that's whether it's, you know, the font or the font size. I want it to be bigger, um, not bold, underline. I have to hit apply to queue if I want it to apply to everything. Okay. So that's just something as far as the look of it goes, right? We don't want it to be like that. Well, oh wow, that's a lot. And sometimes it'll do that, it just gets too big. So you just do the same thing. I just highlight it, change it to something. Right now, I'll just say Cambria. And then I'll hit apply to queue and it'll change it. All right. We can change the color, we can change the size, spacing, all that stuff right here in main object where all this stuff is. Okay. So that's where this stuff is here to change lyrics. If I need to alter what a lyric is, we're saying the wrong thing in a verse, you can type in here and, you know, change what it says, you know, type it in. All right. Maybe there's an extra piece that I'm adding that's not in here. That's when you go down here to stanzas, you hit new stanza, and maybe it's another verse. You can type it in here, new verse right there. And then you hit OK, and it populates there, verse 3, right? Or it could be a new, you know, anything, alternate anything, a tag, a bridge, chorus, whatever. Type it in, add it, and it's all good, right? Or this new verse that I just put in, I don't want it anymore. It's highlighted right down here. I hit stanzas, I hit delete stanza, now it's gone, right? Or I want to rename chorus 1 to be chorus 2 or something else. I can do that. Yeah, so those are easy things. All right, and same thing here. If it's out of order, you click, drag, drop, and drop it to the place where it should be. This is in order right now, but let's say I need to bring bridge 1 up above this chorus. I'll click it, I'll drag it, I'll drop it, and now it's good. So that's no problem. Easy to do. Okay. Make sure that's good. Yeah. And so once I'm done with that, I hit apply, I hit OK, and now I'm done. I'm done. All right. And so I'll do that for like all of these. I'll look at the you know, what the lyrics look like and make sure they're in a good spot, make sure I like the way they look and all of that. And I'm good. I'm good to go. So then I'll move on to this tab, which is the backgrounds tab. Okay. And everybody should have this backgrounds tab up, and you should be able to navigate to this quick folder, Mediashout tiles. That's where all the backgrounds are, or all the nice backgrounds are. And I like to start with sets, just find something that looks neat and then use it. Because sets are like your countdowns and the welcome and goodbye slides. So I'll find something in here that's like this. And if I double click, it'll go on the screen, by the way, right? And I can see it. You can see it moving and stuff right there, see what it looks like. And I'm like, okay, I kind of like that. I think I'll click through a few, make sure that they see what I like. I'm going to use this summer wheat. So I'll highlight these two, right? Click, hold, drag, and drop. And now it's in the queue. And then I'll put them in their proper places. Click 1, the welcome slide, hold it, drag it up all the way to the top where you can see that line, and then let it go, right? And then I'll go to the pencil here, and I'll go to other objects, change it from full scale to full stretch because I need to stretch through the whole background. And hit apply, hit OK, do the same thing for the summer wheat. Thank you for the goodbye slide, full stretch, apply, thank you. All right, so now I've got this. Now I kind of have a way ahead. So I can go backward a few till I get back to loops. And this is where you can just find, you know, just cool backgrounds to put behind the lyrics. So we see my testimony already has pretty neat background. I actually like this one a lot. So I'm probably not going to change this one, but I can go here to backgrounds, to loops where we were, or loop backgrounds, or wherever. Just find one. This is in pieces. I'm going to go to loops though. And I can just find something. I'll go to cross. How about that? And just click through and find something. I like this one actually. It's a good start. So I'll click, hold it if I like it, drag it on top of the lyrics, and then let it go. And you see it changed. So now Behold Him has those lyrics behind it. So it has that background behind the lyrics. And that's how you add those background behind those lyrics, just by dragging, holding, dropping. And yeah, there's not really much you need to do there from that. So I'll need to find one for Freedom Looks Good on You. So I'll go back and maybe I'll find something under the design folder, find something cool. Like I don't know. I just like click through things sometimes and try to find something that looks kind of cool to use. I don't know. Just find something really quick. But we'll use this Golden Drift Deep Red Fast. So same thing, click, hold, drag, drop, boom, it's in there. No problem. Easy peasy, right? And then I like to check just to make sure, see what it looks like. Yeah. So it looks neat, looks fine. All right. So now I've got everything set up, right? And in order to make sure I'm good to go, and this is, saved and everything, I go to File, and I don't hit Save As. I actually go to Packer, and it'll bring this up and to save the file itself. But usually you just go to Mediashout, the Mediashout folder over here. Make sure you just set the script one. It's not a big deal. And then hit save, always replace it. And that's just a placeholder. But it's here that's important. So you want to pack it to the right place. You browse for the file folder that you made earlier. So remember, we had this folder right here, August 1st, 2021. So I got to find that folder. So I find it under transfer, of course, go Mediashout, 2021, August. Then I find my folder, Sunday, August 1st. Then I hit OK. It's right there. The easy thing for me is just like I go here, I highlight it, right click, copy, over here, highlight that, right click, paste. Now it's named after the folder. Then I hit pack my presentation. I hit pack. And it takes a second, it just packs everything into that folder. Now it says everything is packed successfully. I hit OK. Now I can go back to this folder and see, oh, that's where everything is. So I don't necessarily need this thing. You see it says script 1 right here. I can close it. And this one was for July 25th. I'll close that one too. But I'll open this folder back up and I'll open up Sunday, August 1st, double click on that, and boom, everything that I needed was right there. All right. So packs saved in the perfect spaces. Now, how do we play these things on the screen? Very, very simple. First, you just start by clicking this little button, this little play button, and this will play it on the screen, on the big screen, or wherever we're displaying it, whatever your display screen is. It'll play it here, or play it by clicking here. Okay. For lyrics, now this is just basically just a video that runs on a loop. Okay. But for lyrics, you can start by clicking that, or you can just hit the space bar. The space bar, if you can see on this screen right here, the space bar already advances your slides just by hitting the space bar. It'll go forward. All right. Or if you want to just click through each slide, you can do that too. Just click, 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 click. So, and if you see on my computer, every time I click, it goes up automatically. The slide tends to go up automatically. All right. So again, the key thing is to anticipate the singing. So that's why it's important to know the music, know the words to the music. Even if you are not singing on the worship team, you need to know the music so you know where the song is going. in general, at least. And so you can help the people who are singing in the congregation sing along with us. So we want to be ahead of the game. So like, let's take, I won't do this song because we don't know this one quite much yet, but let's take my testimony, right? And with my testimony, this, I saw Satan fall like lightning. You want to click before. I saw darkness run for cover. Then you click it early. But the miracle that I just can't get over is my name is registered in heaven. So you want to click early enough so the people can see it. But it's easier to do when we know what the music is. So being at rehearsal is a must, frankly. You've got to be there so you know how the song goes and you know how you can click through that thing quickly. That's for the media people, worship people, everybody. You need to be there so you know the music and you can work these systems more effectively. You can click ahead, everybody can be together. We can honor the Lord as we sing this stuff together. So yeah, you can click ahead or use the space bar to advance the slides, all of that stuff. That will work. Now, another thing that I wanted to just kind of show you guys, I'm actually going to open up another queue. So I'm going to go back to July. I'm going to go to July 18th. I'm going to open that one up. And if you see, actually, I'll slide this in. I'm going to slide in the announcements, right? So on July 18th, we had, so usually it's set up kind of like this. There's the announcements are there. And then this is the sermon slides for the sermon that went forward on July 18th. So with the announcements, I just slid the announcements in. And usually when we have the announcements, we want to go back to this pencil, hit other objects, make sure, again, it's at full stretch, but also it's the announcements. We only need to hear it once. So we go from play times, we hit 1. So it only plays once. Hit apply, hit OK. So that once it's over, so I'll click that and it's playing. I'm going to just advance it. So this is the last few seconds. And then once it's over, it'll stop. It won't replay. It won't replay on its own. And I can either hit space bar to advance it, or I can click the little, play button to go forward with it. So the same thing with PowerPoint slides. You advance with the space bar or through the click. But those are important things to make note of as well. How to, push things forward, how to click things forward, that sort of thing. Knowing how to adjust videos and to work PowerPoint slides. With PowerPoint slides, I always recommend that you use the space bar because there might be, what do you call them? Animations that whoever created the PowerPoint might want to use. And you don't see those always when you're clicking the little play buttons over here. Not all of them, and really in our case, not many tend to have animations, but you never know. So it's easier and safer just to hit the space bar with PowerPoint slides, especially. Okay. So that's just kind of the queue in general, how to work the queue and how to advance slides, how to, play these things forward. A couple other quick things. Let's say we want to add a Bible verse. This tab is for Bible verses and section of the Bible. So you want to make sure King James Version, New King James is highlighted. That's the version we use here at Calvary Chapel. And then it's easy. You just select a book, a chapter, and a verse. So let's say we want a verse from Proverbs. So I'll select Proverbs chapter 15, verses 10 through 12. It populates right there. I can click, drag, drop, and just hit that button to play. Or since it's highlighted here, actually, if I play it here, it'll still play on the main screen. So I don't necessarily have to have it in this queue. If it's here, it'll still play on the main screen. That's just a side note to be aware of. If I want to go back, there's another scripture that we want to reference. I just hit list, and we want to reference Ezra chapter 6, but we only want verse 8. So I'll click 8 one time, but I'll hit it a second time, and it'll only give me verse 8. So now it's only Ezra verse 8. I click, drag, and drop it if I want, or I can just play it from here. This is verse 8. Verse 8 is a very long verse in Ezra chapter 6. But Yeah, that's how we do Bible verses. You can switch up the version of the verse of the Bible here, but we'll rarely need to do that. And then there's this other tab here for text. And this is just, you know, anything that we might need to put up on the screen, maybe extra notes or anything. And you can just type in whatever you want. In truth, I did this video yesterday, but I didn't record it. That's why this is up. But you know, you can type in whatever you want. Worship team, great. And same thing, you click, drag, drop if you want, and then play it, or it's right here. You can just play it from here. You know, if you got something else playing, you play it from here, and it still does the same thing, right? And it's the same idea. You click, you highlight it up here. You can change the font. You can change the color. You can change the size, right? You can change the underline, bold, italicize. You can change this where it's positioned. So this is what that V is. It can be at the top, in the middle, or on the left at the top, you know, all that stuff. You can change its position if you need to do that. And this is so great way to, you know, just put some immediate things on if we want. So that's the text and the Bible, the lyrics and the backgrounds. All right. So in general, that's it. There's some other things here I actually just don't want to get into because we don't use it very often and we won't need it right now. So please, I know this was a little longer, but I think it was necessary. And you guys take the screen off here. And I want you guys to, you know, review this stuff, get good at it. If you have questions, ask myself or Tony or Miss Maureen, you know, folks who have navigated, we've kind of set this stuff up. Some of this stuff you may not do as often. I'm on this thing all the time, so I know the ins and outs of it. But I do want you guys to have some kind of understanding of how it works, so that you can troubleshoot these things on your own if there's an issue. Because obviously we're all caught doing a lot of things. Tony's running the things in the production room and, you know, general stuff. I'm usually on stage running worship and that sort of thing. So I want us to have the knowledge to be able to do these things on our own. And I figured this video would be a nice way to help us out. So let me know if you got questions. Let Tony know if you've got questions, how we can help you guys out. But hopefully this was helpful. And yeah, we're trying to push toward excellence, and your help in learning these things helps us do this. So big takeaways, just make sure in terms of Mediashout that we are learning the music, listening to the music, knowing what the music is, so that we can anticipate the slides to help the people in the congregation sing with us, know what the words are. Visually seeing the words is also an aspect of worship that's just important and useful. Whether people are singing or not, just seeing the words, seeing those truths are important to get into the hearts of the people. So having them displayed at the right times and the right moments is paramount. And we want to make sure that we're doing that better and better. And that's the purpose of this video. So thank you guys for serving. Thank you for listening through this video. Hopefully you've learned something and we can push further toward excellence. Thanks so much. You guys have a great day.